Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. The fact that you are here right now is no coincidence, it's a sign. Something led you to this message. Something greater than your logic, stronger than chance, quieter than thought. And deep down, you already know. Your body has been speaking. Your soul has been screaming. Something inside you is changing, and no, you are not going crazy. Maybe you've tried to ignore it, rationalize it, keep following the routine like always, but there is a calling that can no longer be silenced. You realize your body is reacting differently. Your emotions are more intense. Your thoughts no longer fit into the old mold. Your heart is pulling you in a direction beyond logic. And all of this has an explanation. You are entering the fifth dimension. Yes, it's real. And it's not some distant mystical idea or esoteric fantasy. It is a concrete, spiritual transformation, one that begins in the invisible but manifests in the physical, mental, emotional, and energetic. The transition has already begun, and your body is the first to respond. Have you been feeling different, more sensitive, experiencing strange sensations in your body, vivid dreams, energy fluctuations, a disconnection from time, or even sudden exhaustion for no reason? This is not weakness. This is not coincidence. This is activation. Your body is being prepared to sustain a new frequency, a higher reality, a level of consciousness that only those who are awakening can access. And here is the revelation. You were called for this. You are not just someone sensitive to spirituality. You are spirituality in motion. And everything happening inside of you is part of a sacred plan that arrived at the exact right moment. Not before, not after. Now. This message is not here to convince you of anything. It is here to confirm what your soul already knows, but what the world tried to silence. You were chosen by God to be a living sign in this era of transition. Your energy is not ordinary, and now it is being activated so that you can guide, inspire, and illuminate. But before you help others, you must first understand what is happening within you. And that's what this video is going to reveal to you. If something resonated within you as you heard this, if your eyes welled up, if your heart raced, or if you felt that finally someone has verbalized what you couldn't explain, the comment 444 now. Let that number echo as a sign of confirmation. And if you wish, share this message. Someone you love might be going through the same transformation in silence. Fasten your seatbelt. What you are about to understand could change everything. The fifth dimension is not a distant place among the stars. It is not an unattainable utopia, nor is it a state reserved for after death. It is a frequency, a spiritual vibration, a shift in reality that begins internally and transforms everything around you. It is a higher level of consciousness where love, peace, intuition, and divine purpose become the foundation of every choice, action, and thought. This dimension is not out of your reach. It is already calling you. And more than that, it is manifesting within you. What you're feeling, this discomfort with the ordinary world, this sense of not belonging, this urge to seek something deeper, all of it is your spirit responding to the call of a higher reality. A reality where time is flexible, where answers come not from logic but from intuition, where the presence of God is not just a belief, but a living, intimate certainty. But in order to understand the fifth dimension, it is important to know what it is not. It does not mean abandoning the body or becoming a supernatural being overnight. It is not about escaping the physical world. On the contrary, it is about allowing the soul to begin leading the body, letting the frequency of the spirit rewrite the codes of your daily life. In the third dimension, everything revolves around survival, fear, ego, and separation. People are trapped in an invisible cycle, repeating behaviors, seeking external validation without even realizing it. In the fourth dimension, there is an initial awakening, a discomfort, a suspicion that there is something more, a glimpse of consciousness. But it is in the fifth dimension that true transformation happens. It is there that the soul takes the helm, where intuition replaces doubt, where love becomes the compass and energy, the primary language. In this state, the connection with God becomes direct, clear, and intense. Separation disappears. Duality begins to dissolve, and what remains is a consciousness that no longer reacts to the world but responds with presence, truth, and light. And the most beautiful part is that you do not need to die to get there. The fifth dimension is accessible now. And if you're hearing this, it's because your body, your mind, and your soul are aligning for this transition. Heaven is not only above, it is being born within you, with every thought that shifts, with every emotion that is purified, with every choice that becomes more true. So, if you've been feeling like time behaves strangely, if you've been sensing the energy of places and people more clearly, if you feel a silent calling for something purer, higher, more intimate with God, do not ignore it. You are being guided to live between two worlds, to walk here with the eyes of the Spirit, open to there. This transition is real, and it is not for everyone. It reveals itself only to those who have eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart ready to remember what the soul already knows. And now that you understand what is opening before you, it is time to understand what your body is already feeling through this shift. You may not have words to describe it, but your body already knows that something is changing. It has been trying to warn you with signs that many ignore, but in your case, they've been intensifying. Pains that appear out of nowhere, inexplicable tingling sensations, waves of heat or cold with no apparent cause, vibrations at the top of your head, in your chest, hands, or feet. And what about that sudden exhaustion, even after long hours of sleep, or the insomnia that comes without reason, as if something inside you is awake even when everything else is silent? These symptoms are not illnesses, they are invitations. They are part of the realignment your body is undergoing to become capable of sustaining the energy of the fifth dimension. Because it's not enough for the soul to awaken, the body must accompany it, and that requires a process of release, cleansing, reprogramming, and cellular transformation. The deep fatigue you sometimes feel, no matter how much you rest, is your energetic system being recalibrated. Your sleep has changed because your dreams have become spaces of spiritual processing. Sometimes you wake up feeling like you've traveled through dimensions. Other times, you feel like you haven't rested at all. This is your body absorbing new frequencies, integrating codes it wasn't able to carry before. The sudden thirst, cravings for lighter foods, fruits, vegetables, liquids, changes in appetite. All of this is your body signaling that it no longer wants to carry density, that it is rejecting what once nourished the old system. Even your skin may be reacting, becoming more sensitive, breaking out, or itching. This is not deterioration, it is purification. You may feel that your breathing has changed, that your heart races briefly without explanation, that your stomach is more sensitive, that your heart aches physically, a pressure, a tightness. This is your center expanding. It is the opening of your spiritual heart, releasing buried emotions, healing invisible wounds, and making space for the new. Even your posture, your bones, your joints may feel more sensitive. A discomfort here, a stiffness there. This is the realignment of your physical field. It is the upgrade of your structure so that it can carry light where there was once only tension. And no, you are not alone. This is happening to everyone going through this real awakening. It is a sacred crossing. And the more you accept it, the more you trust, the more you honor this process, the lighter it becomes. So don't fight what your body is feeling. Listen to it. Treat it with reverence. Walk barefoot. Breathe with intention. Bless every cell. Rest without guilt. And above all, understand, you are not breaking down, you are being reborn. Have you ever noticed how some people approach you and feel something different, even if they can't explain what it is? Or how certain environments make you feel restless, uncomfortable, drained, for no apparent reason? It's not your imagination, it's perception. What's happening is a silent yet powerful activation of your energetic field, your aura. The aura is the subtle field that surrounds your physical body. It carries your emotions, your thoughts, your spiritual vibration. And as you raise your frequency, it expands. It becomes more alive, more sensitive, more intelligent. That's why you now feel the weight of what used to go unnoticed. You perceive the energy behind words. You can sense intentions without visible proof. Your field has become a radar, picking up hidden truths and protecting you from frequencies that no longer belong to your path. This expansion of the energetic field is a vital part of the ascension process. It's not just about feeling more, it's about discerning more. Your aura is becoming refined, responding precisely to the energy of people and places. That's why environments full of distractions, artificial noise, or superficial conversations have started to bother you. That's why you're seeking more silence, more nature, more authenticity. It's not isolation, it's attunement. You're beginning to hear the voice of your spirit more clearly. In moments of prayer, silence, or even distraction, there is a presence that surrounds you. A higher awareness that seems to observe alongside you. This is not something external. It is your spiritual self growing, taking up space within and around you. It's the awakening of your light body, that invisible part of you that carries the divine presence. And with that come other signs. Pressure in certain parts of your body, like the throat, solar plexus, or the crown of the head. All of this indicates energy centers being activated. Each chakra, each vortex is being adjusted to align with the new frequency. And as this energy rises, you begin to realize that you can no longer tolerate anything that harms your peace. Your tolerance for anything that doesn't resonate with the truth of your spirit simply disappears. At the same time, your presence starts to affect others. People who never noticed you before now feel something in your presence. Some are naturally drawn to you. Others drift away without knowing why. All of this reflects your changing vibration. Your aura is no longer hidden. It is radiating light, clarity, frequency. This process requires care. It requires protection. Energetic cleansing becomes as necessary as a physical bath. Meditate, pray, walk barefoot, breathe consciously, sit in silence. Bless the space around you. Guard your frequency as you would guard a temple, because that is what you are becoming. Your energetic field is now a channel for healing, discernment, and divine connection. And it is expanding because your purpose is expanding too. Have you ever noticed how some people approach you and feel something different, even if they can't explain what it is? Or how certain environments make you feel restless, uncomfortable, drained, for no apparent reason? It's not your imagination, it's perception. What's happening is a silent yet powerful activation of your energetic field, your aura. The aura is the subtle field that surrounds your physical body. It carries your emotions, your thoughts, your spiritual vibration, and as you raise your frequency, it expands. It becomes more alive, more sensitive, more intelligent. That's why you now feel the weight of what used to go unnoticed. You perceive the energy behind words. You can sense intentions without visible proof. Your field has become a radar, picking up hidden truths and protecting you from frequencies that no longer belong to your path. This expansion of the energetic field is a vital part of the ascension process. It's not just about feeling more, it's about discerning more. Your aura is becoming refined, responding precisely to the energy of people and places. That's why environments full of distractions, artificial noise, or superficial conversations have started to bother you. That's why you're seeking more silence, more nature, more authenticity. It's not isolation, it's attunement. You're beginning to hear the voice of your spirit more clearly. In moments of prayer, silence, or even distraction, there is a presence that surrounds you, a higher awareness that seems to observe alongside you. This is not something external. It is your spiritual self growing, taking up space within and around you. It's the awakening of your light body, that invisible part of you that carries the divine presence. And with that come other signs, pressure in certain parts of your body, like the throat, solar plexus, or the crown of the head. All of this indicates energy centers being activated. Each chakra, each vortex, is being adjusted to align with the new frequency. And as this energy rises, you begin to realize that you can no longer tolerate anything that harms your peace. Your tolerance for anything that doesn't resonate with the truth of your spirit simply disappears. At the same time, your presence starts to affect others. People who never noticed you before now feel something in your presence. Some are naturally drawn to you. Others drift away without knowing why. All of this reflects your changing vibration. Your aura is no longer hidden. It is radiating light, clarity, frequency. This process requires care. It requires protection. Energetic cleansing becomes as necessary as a physical bath. Meditate, pray, walk barefoot, breathe consciously, sit in silence. Bless the space around you. Guard your frequency as you would guard a temple, because that is what you are becoming. Your energetic field is now a channel for healing, discernment, and divine connection. And it is expanding because your purpose is expanding too. Have you noticed how your thoughts have changed lately? How certain ideas that once passed by unnoticed now feel uncomfortable? How old mental patterns based on fear, scarcity, and concern over others' opinions can no longer sustain themselves within you? This is not a coincidence, it's reprogramming. As you align with the frequency of the fifth dimension, your mind begins to restructure, quite literally. Old beliefs built from pain are being dismantled. Narratives based on survival, comparison, and control are losing their power. And in their place, a new kind of thought is emerging, lighter, more conscious, more connected to spirit than to ego. You start to realize you are no longer a hostage of the voice inside your mind. You become the observer. You hear your thoughts more clearly and begin to choose which ones you want to feed. This is the sign of mental liberation, and while it may sometimes bring confusion, it also brings freedom, because the old you thought in order to survive, but the new you thinks in order to evolve. That's why you can no longer tolerate negativity, why empty conversations drain your energy, why gossip, complaints, and judgment now bother you so much. Because your mind is learning to recognize the vibration of words, the density of thoughts, and more than that, it is becoming a sacred tool, a channel through which light can flow. This process can feel disorienting. You may feel different from others, even out of place at times, but that's just a sign that you are moving out of autopilot mode and entering a state of presence. You start to realize that thoughts are seeds, that what you mentally nourish begins to take form around you. And because of that, you begin to choose more carefully where you place your attention. Your mind is no longer a battlefield. It's becoming a sacred garden. You might feel like time has started to behave differently. Days seem to pass faster. The past feels distant. That's because your mind is detaching from linear time. It's entering the logic of spirit, where the now is the only true reality. And the more your thoughts align with your soul's truth, the more your external life begins to shift. The affirmations you repeat are not just phrases, they are vibrational commands. Silence, once perceived as empty, now brings more answers than 1,000 analyses. The act of being truly present becomes more powerful than any attempt to control the future. This isn't just a mindset shift, it's a transition of consciousness. You no longer think to protect yourself. You think to manifest, to understand, to live with intention. And if, lately, you've noticed your thoughts becoming kinder, more conscious, more aligned with love, then know this: you are being reprogrammed to live in the reality of the fifth dimension, one in which the mind no longer dominates the soul, but becomes its ally. You've made it this far because something within you already knows. There is no turning back. Once awakening begins, life never returns to what it was. And that's why, in recent times, you've noticed signs that feel like small, silent miracles. Repeating numbers, words that appear just as you were thinking them, vivid dreams, déjà vu sensations, animals showing up at specific moments. All of this is the language of the universe. These are not coincidences, they're confirmations. Spiritual code saying you are on the right path. These signs are like divine whispers guiding your journey. When you repeatedly see 111, 444, or 555, when you hear a song at the exact moment you feel lost, or when someone says something that answers a question you never even spoke, pause. Breathe. Give thanks. You're being guided. Your frequency has shifted. And now, the universe speaks directly to you, not through ordinary words, but through spiritual alignments only those who are awakening can perceive. And in this process, inevitably, your relationships begin to shift. People who once understood you now seem distant. Conversations that used to flow now feel shallow. And without realizing it, you begin to drift away from what no longer resonates. This can be painful, but it is also liberating. The fifth dimension cannot hold space for falseness, manipulation, or fear-based connections. So, what's no longer aligned with your new frequency crumbles. Not as punishment, but as preparation. Some people will leave, others you will be called to release, and that is necessary, because your soul is making room for true connections, for bonds rooted in light, mutual respect, and shared spiritual mission. You are not losing people, you are drawing closer to your soul tribe. At the same time, your spiritual sensitivity intensifies. You begin to feel before you understand. You sense intentions. You pick up emotions. You intuit directions. Maybe you're dreaming more vividly, or hearing that inner voice with greater clarity. You may even begin to sense presences, see colors, or experience sudden visions during meditation. These are your gifts being activated. And no, this isn't to entertain you, it's to equip you. You're being prepared to be a beacon in this new time. Your gifts are tools to discern, heal, guide, and protect. They are emerging because your mission is revealing itself. You are not just another sensitive being. You are a conscious channel of light. But this new state of consciousness requires practice. It's not enough to simply feel. You must anchor this light into your daily life. It's time to live with more purpose, to treat your body with reverence, to simplify your life, to walk barefoot on the earth, to be silent, to pray, to breathe with intention, to eat what nourishes you, not just what fills you, to say no when something disturbs your peace, to speak less and vibrate more. Because the spiritual world requires energetic hygiene just as the physical body requires baths and rest. You don't need to isolate yourself, but you must protect your frequency. Your light is precious, and not everyone will know how to handle it. So care for yourself as a temple under renovation. Honor your journey. Be patient with yourself. Be loving to those who don't yet understand. And above all, be faithful to your transformation, even when it feels lonely. And now, we reach the most important point. Everything you're experiencing isn't just for you. You are being called to be a bridge between dimensions, to walk between worlds, to live with your feet on earth and your heart in heaven. You are part of the rebirth of the new earth. And each time you choose truth, peace, and love, even in the midst of chaos, you anchor that new reality into the lives of those around you. You did not come here just to survive. You came here to illuminate. And if everything you felt in this message resonated deep within you, if something in your soul recognized that this was for you, comment 444 now. Not out of superstition, but as an act of confirmation. A reminder that you are conscious, present, alive, and above all ready. The new world won't arrive through external events. It's being born within you. Breathe, feel, honor this journey, because the new earth is you.